Hi, I'm Hissatsu5, and I recently got off the phone with the man who helped write the law or this proposal to redefine the Switchblade Act. I actually got to talk to him, and if you call that number that I gave you a while back, I'll re-annotate it in. You can talk to him too. Now, you'll most likely get an answering machine saying to leave a message, but I tried calling him again. I thought, well, what the heck, I might as well try again. Called him, he actually picked up. So I started asking him questions, a lot of the same questions I asked the other guy with a couple new ones. So I asked, why are they doing this? What is the motivation to make this new proposal, this new law? He said, well, what we're trying to do is stop these particular knives from coming into the USA. But we're not doing anything about the knives, the exact same knives that are made in the USA. They don't care about the ones made in the USA. You can have as many as you want. So I thought that was exceedingly strange. I said, so what is your motivation? Why did y'all come up with the idea of making this law? And he said, well, basically, as far as the laws go for this subject, they're divided. You have one half over here that says um, we don't want these knives to come into America, and then you got the other ones over here that says it's all right. So what he wants to do is unify the laws and give one the stronger um, influence, so they have to disregard the other ones. He said, so I want to unify these laws, and so I'm going to make a law that is a lot clearer and a lot more precise. Which I kind of thought was funny because the proposal is pretty broad. But anyways, so I said, well, how come you don't unify it in a way where we do allow these knives to come in? He basically said, well, we don't want to. Congress said in the 50s that we don't want switchblades coming into America. So there you go. That he said, I'm just doing my job. So I said, so you're not doing. So basically, what it comes down to, they're not doing this to cut down on crime. They're not doing this to cut down on violence. They're not doing this for yours or my safety. They're doing it basically kind of for the heck of it, because they read back on a law and they were like, we can get a little bit more stricter than this. So they decided to make it. It's not about safety or violence or the crime rate. So, anyways, yeah, doesn't that make you mad? I asked him some more questions. If I have a assisted blade knife that's made in Taiwan, after this law passes, if it does pass, will I still be able to carry it? He said, yes, you'll be able to. It'll be grandfathered in, but if that particular knife breaks and the factory's in whatever, Taiwan, Italy, Germany, and that company's overseas, you won't be able to get it fixed or replaced. But if you got it from a company that is making it in the U.S., you can. So I said, well, will I be able to, if I have to use this knife in a self-defense situation, can I, uh, if I, if I use it for a self-defense situation, I have to go to court, right? Following me? So when I go to court, I'm defending myself, and the prosecution can use. I asked him if the prosecution can use your definition to convict me of mortal, even though I was legally defending myself. Um, but I'm using a knife to defend myself. But just because the knife is assisted and considered by this new law a switchblade, um, is that will I be convicted? Will that have an influence? He said basically it shouldn't have an influence because every state has their own laws about knives. And he started going into Texas and about how all knife laws are. And I was like, well, still, that could have an influence. He's like, well, yeah, but I doubt it. But it can. And it could have influence on you whether you get convicted of murder or not. So, anyways, I told him very politely that I was against his ideal, and that I said that it was really hard to get a hold of him. And he said, yeah, my mailbox is full because of all this. I said, you know why that is, right? Because we don't like it. That's and that's what I said. I wasn't mean about it. I was just being straightforward and blunt. So then I asked him, just for kind of so we can get on level terms, I asked him, "Do you know why butterfly knives and switchblades are illegal?" He said, "I hold many theories about why this has done that, but some guy in Congress way back in the 50s decided they don't want them." I said, "It's because of the movie Rebel Without a Cause and Wild One. Back those movies back in the 50s and stuff. Some of the guys used switchblades and butterfly knives, and those two groups of knives are very intimidating to people who don't know anything about knives." And I explained to him on a tactical standpoint for self-defense or anything like that. Switchblades aren't the best knife because the locking mechanism isn't necessarily the strongest. Since it has so much more machinery in them, something can go wrong, get caught up, can get some sand in there and mess up on you. And butterfly knives, I don't know if I have one. Oh, here it is. You have to sling it open like this. That's extremely slow in a self-defense situation. So, anyways, I explained to him these are not the best self-defense knives, and I said, so really, I told him I don't really agree with that law either. Anyways, I told him I'm against your ideal. I'm against that proposal, and I'm sorry if I gave you any trouble. He said, "You will no trouble at all." And I said, "All right, have a nice day." And that was it. So I'm going to re-annotate that number in, and I want all of y'all, if y'all have the time, to call him and hopefully get a hold of him and express to him your feelings about this rule. Ask him any questions whatsoever about folding knives, one-handed opening knives, and switchblades, and try to get on a understanding level of where each of y'all are coming from, where you're coming from and where he's coming from, and try to walk it out and tell him your feelings about it if you don't like it or if you do like it. But anyways, call him, try to talk to him, be real civilized. I guarantee you he'll be civilized to you too. At least he should be, but he was to me. And let's see if we can get this fixed. I'm Hissatsu5, and I'm out.